Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Melissa May here. I am trying something different today, and I am doing Free Coaching Friday. Hi, how's it going? And I'm doing it in multiple places at the same time. So I'm on my Facebook, I'm on my Facebook page, I'm in my Facebook group, and I'm live on YouTube. So hello, wherever you're tuning in from. Why don't you let me know? Good morning. Okay, so I am on StreamYard. So if you don't have an account with StreamYard, all I can see is Facebook user in the comments. But hi, good morning. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I'm super excited. I'm going to start doing these Free Coaching Fridays every single Friday. I thought today would just be a super great way to get these Lancaster, PA, awesome. Get these Free Coaching Fridays kicked off is by talking about the thing that has really transformed my life this year, and that was the 1 mile a day challenge. Okay, and so I want to talk about habits. I'm going to chug some pre-workout while we're talking today because today will be day 287 of my 1 mile a day challenge. And as a result, you guys, 287 days later, or however many days, I have completely transformed. Number one, I've transformed my health, my weight, my mind. So many things have transformed because in the beginning of the year, I set out a goal to do a 1 mile a day challenge. And so today's Free Coaching Friday is all about habits. I'm launching a 90-day habit challenge for you guys. I created a tracker free for you guys to print out and use. And so I want to talk about why habits are so important, how to figure out what habits to focus on, because from my experience in my life and then just working with people, the biggest challenge I think we all face is that we try to change too many things all at the same time, and we never actually are able to create a solid habit around anything because we're focused on so many things. Let me know if you can relate with that in the comments. So when I started the 1 mile a day challenge, that's been my only focus this year. I have not been focused on meditation. I have not been focused on morning routines. I've solely been focused on exercise, right? And so I think that has been a huge benefit. And so I want to talk about it. So quite literally, the habits that you have are what are going to create your reality. So if you have a habit of negative self-talk, if you have a habit of scrolling social media, if you have a habit of, just not being as productive as you want to be, whatever your habits are, those habits are what are forming your reality right now. So the cool thing is we all have the ability to change our habits. And that's what I want to talk to you today and challenge you guys with the 90-day habit challenge. It doesn't matter when you start the habit challenge. Start it today. Start it tomorrow, right? And you don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait until the new year to change your life. Like, you have to just start, right? And so, number one, let's talk about the fact that motivation is never going to be something that you have all day, every day. I'm not always motivated to do social media. I'm not always motivated to go live. I'm not always motivated to exercise. And so when you're not motivated, that's when you have to lean on your habits, right? It's when you have to lean on your habits. Hi, Belinda. How are you? Let's see. Hates me ever since. Well, we're talking about habits, so maybe there's something that you can pull out of this, right? So let's figure this out. Number one, we have to have habits because we know that motivation doesn't last. We know how many of us have started a weight loss journey and quit because we were not motivated anymore. Those are the times when you have to lean in to your habits, okay? And so I want you guys to write down some questions. And then obviously, if you're in my Facebook group, Transform Your Life with Melissa May, I'm going to be posting the 90-day tracker that you guys can print out and fill out and use for 90 days. I want you to think about what area of your life do you want to change. So if we're talking about health, that's the area of your life that you want to change. Then I want you to write down what are all of your current habits when it comes to your health. So for me, in the beginning of the year, and even I would say in the first half of this year, because a lot of my transformation has come in months 6 through 10, right? I would say a lot of my habits were eating late at night. A lot of my habits were exercising inconsistently. I would exercise for one day and then not for a week. And then I'd be good for 2 weeks. And then I'd miss exercising for 3 weeks. So I wasn't consistently exercising. What are some of the current habits? I was eating late at night. I was eating a lot of sugar, drinking a lot of alcohol. So I want you to write down a list of your current habits. Now, don't beat yourself up over these. Don't judge yourself over these. Like, this is not a pity party for yourself. This is just to help you identify it's to help you become more conscious. It's to help you become more aware, because you can't change a habit if you're not aware of the habit. So I want you to write down all of your current habits. What are all the current habits that are impacting your health positively and negatively, right? Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, I want you to write down a list of what are some of the habits you need to change. Like if we're working through our health, what are some of the habits that you need to change to help you become healthier? So those are the first things we have to do. Number one, we have to figure out what area of our life do we want to change? Do we want to focus on? Do we want to work on? And listen, like, you probably have 6 different areas of your life you want to improve on. You want to improve your finances. You want to improve your health. You want to improve your relationships. You want to improve your mood. You want to improve your mind. You want to improve your job. Let's just pick one area, okay? One area to focus on for 90 days. Then we're going to get conscious. We're going to get conscious about our current habits. So write down a list of all your current habits when it comes to that specific area of your life that you want to focus on. And then I want you to write down a list of all of the different habits that you need to change that will help you improve that area of your life, okay? And then for 90 days, I want you to pick one thing to focus on. Just one thing. Just one thing. And here's why. Because if you're trying to focus on too many things, you're probably not creating a habit anywhere. But if you can just focus on one thing and get 1% better every single day, if you do that for a year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. And what happens is you try to do too many things all at once, you never form a habit, and you never get better in any area. But what if we could just say, for the next 90 days, I'm going to focus on this one thing? How much better will you be in 90 days? And then you do what's called habit stacking, where, okay, now you have a habit, let's stack something else on top of it, right? Let's add something else on top of it. So here's what I want you guys to think of when it comes to what to pick. Number one, I want you to pick a habit to focus on in an act. This is going to be an action, right? Your habit is an action. It's something that you do daily, just like brushing your teeth is a habit. And let me know in the comments, do you brush your teeth every day? Do you brush your teeth every day? If you brush your teeth every day, put the word teeth in the comments if you brush your teeth every day. Because I want you to recognize that if you brush your teeth every day, you are the type of person who is capable of creating habits in your life. There's already a habit. You already brush your teeth every day. You already have a good habit. You already have what it takes inside of you to figure out how to create other good habits in your life, right? So, and I love this conversation because we're not talking about stopping things. We're talking about adding things. We're talking about taking action. We're not focusing on what we got to stop. We're not focusing on what we shouldn't be doing, what we can't do. We're focusing on the action. We're focusing on the future. We're focusing on the things that you can control, which are your actions that you take every day. So we're going to pick one thing. This one thing is going to be simple. This one thing is going to be something that you're not going to talk yourself out of. This one habit's going to be something that you don't dread. This one thing's going to be something that you aren't going to make excuses around and that you can fit into your day, no matter what, right? So as an example, in the beginning of the year, when I started the 1 mile a day challenge, I chose 1 mile a day for a reason. Number one, I wanted to focus on my health. And the part of my health that I wanted to focus on was exercise. Okay, so we drilled that down. Health, exercise. Now, I could have picked nutrition. I could have picked other things, but I chose exercise. That was the one habit I wanted to create. Okay, so we picked exercise. Then I figured out, okay, what is one exercise that I could do every day that I'm not going to talk myself out of, that I could squeeze it in, that I'm not going to dread, that I'm not going to make an excuse around, that I know I can do. Now, I didn't say I'm going to always be motivated to do it, but I knew that I could do it. And so I picked 1 mile a day run. You might want to say, I'm going to walk 1 mile a day. You might want to start with, I'm going to do 1 minute of abs, or I'm going to do 100 crunches, or I'm going to do 100 squats, or I'm going to do a 1 minute plank, or a 2 minute wall sit. You might want to start somewhere so small that it's almost like too easy. But that's the point, because you have to form the habit. It needs to be easy. It needs to be something that you can build on. If you start too big, and if you start with too much, you're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to dread it. You're going to make excuses. You're going to hate it. You're going to quit. But if you pick something reasonably small enough that you're not going to make excuses, you're not going to dread it, you're going to be able to squeeze it in regardless of the amount of time you have left over in your day, then you'll be able to actually create a real solid habit. And with the 1 mile a day challenge for me, when I started, it was not part of my habit at all. So there were so many days where it's like 10 p.m. at night, I just put the kids to bed and I was finally getting my 1 mile run in. Now it's like clockwork. Other than today, like I get my mile run in at 9 a.m. And some days it's so much a habit that I forgot that I did it. Like it doesn't even impact my day anymore. But in the beginning, it wasn't part of my routine. It wasn't a habit of mine, and it felt uncomfortable. It felt challenging. It felt like I didn't have a routine around it. So that's going to be normal for you in the beginning. But if you can focus on that one thing for 90 days, here's what's going to happen. You're going to start naturally doing more, right? So I went from barely being like almost some days waiting until 11 o'clock at night to get my 1 mile run in to now today I'm doing 3 miles every day, 287 days later. I'm working out for an hour every day, where in the beginning of the year, I was lucky to do 15 minutes, right? I was lucky to do 15 minutes. And maybe that's where you start. Maybe you say, I'm going to do 15 minutes of Pilates every day. I'm going to do 15 minutes of yoga every day. That's the habit that I'm going to start. I know I could squeeze in 15 minutes, right? And then by day 90, by day 120, by day 287, you'll be working out for an hour. You'll be working out. It will be so much part of your routine that you will forget that you did it. Some days probably like you forget if you brushed your teeth, right? It's such a habit. Your exercise routine can be like that. And I'm just giving exercise as an example because that's what I've been focusing on. You could do this for so many things. You could do this for, maybe you want to create a journaling routine, a journaling habit. Maybe you want to create a meditation habit. Maybe you want to create a habit around food and what you're eating, right? Start small. Start small. Commit to that small action that you could consistently take and create a habit around. And it's those small things that you do consistently every day. It's that 1% shift every day. Just focusing on being 1% better every single day. That is what transforms your life over time. A year from now, if you just focus on 1% better every day, you'll be 37 times better. 37 times better. And so often we try to do too many. Like I'm guilty of this. Man, I have tried to do a miracle morning routine for so many different times. And I would be really good, but then I would struggle because I would go from, I wake up at 7:30 a.m. to now I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. And that was like, that difference was too much. I didn't have a habit around waking up at 5 a.m. And I started so big that I couldn't actually maintain that. But had I said, you know what, I'm going to start waking up at 6:30 a.m. every day instead of 7 or 7:30. And I'm just going to do a 20-minute morning routine. And then focus on that consistently for a long period of time until that became a habit, and then start waking up earlier, and then start waking up a little bit earlier, and then start waking up a little bit earlier. So let me know if that's helpful. Let me know if that's making sense. Let me know if you're feeling really excited to create a better habit. And I want to know in the comments, what is a habit that you want to focus on for the next 90 days? And I don't have it printed out. I don't know if I could share my screen. I can, but I'm not going to. But I created a 90-day habit challenge with a tracker for you guys. So on the tracker, it has the goal, the habit that you want to create, why it's important to you to create that habit. It has 90 different bubbles for you to fill out every day that you complete that habit. And then at the very end, it has affirmations, because we need to remind ourselves consistently, like, why we are focused on that habit, why we're doing it, who we are becoming in the process, right? Because your habits will change your life. Your habits are what will create your reality, your future reality. And so focusing on your daily habits every day, your future reality will change. It will be different. It will be better. Okay. And so if you're not in my Facebook group, it's Transform Your Life with Melissa May. Make sure you guys are in the Facebook group to get that PDF that you could print and track. Share with me, tag me in social media, melissamay.insta on Instagram. Let me know what habit you're going to be focusing on. Let me know that you printed the habit tracker, and let me know how I can help you guys. I hope that's helpful. Don't wait until Monday. Don't wait until the new year. You could start today. You could pick something small and start today. And for the next 90 days, that's the thing that you're going to focus on. For 90 days, not 21 days, not 30 days, not 60 days, 90 days. And then after 90 days, you're going to keep doing it. And then you're going to add something else on. And then you're going to keep doing that. And then you're going to add something else on. And a year from now, your life is going to be so different. You can do this in your business too, guys. If I have any network marketers that follow me, what's a habit that you want to start in your business that you know will help you build your business? Maybe it's live videos every day. Maybe it's a reel every day. Maybe it's stories. Whatever habit, whatever action you need to take in your business every day to help you move it forward, to help it grow, you can do the 90-day habit challenge around that too, right? It's all about action. It's all about habits versus motivation. Motivation is not going to be there forever and every day. So you have to be really focused on what you do, the habits. It needs to become something, it's at first going to have to become conscious, and then you're going to become so unconscious because it's part of who you are. You're going to forget that you did it half the time. And that's when you know, like, it's really within you. That's when you know, like, oh, wow. Like 287 days later now, I can't not get a mile run in. Like I crave it. My body wants it. It's literally my body is on autopilot to the point where it wants to go do that mile run now. It needs it as part of my day. It's for my mindset, for my health. Like it needs it, and you will get there too. So I hope that was helpful. This replay will always be available. So come back. We're going to be doing free coaching Fridays every Friday here. So stay tuned. I hope that was helpful. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.